Hey everybody, I'm Robert. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome down here to the Tier 1 studio. One of you guys named it that. I think we'll run with that. It works. It fits the channel. But yeah, today it's Friday. Time for 3-question blitz. I hope you guys had a great week. More importantly, I hope you're getting ready to have a nice weekend. Tomorrow's the RCN race at the Nürburgring. Sunday, TF is back on. I'll definitely be there for TF on Sunday. Haven't quite decided if I'll be able to make it for the RCN race. It just depends on everything going on at home and really how the weather does and everything like that. But 3-question blitz. It's Friday. Let's get right into it. We've got 3 questions and then we have a bonus. I've said it a long time ago. Why do I have 4 questions or 4 comments on a 3-question blitz? I want to make sure you guys have something to complain about. What are the topics? First one, what do I think of auto rev matching with all the Yaris stuff that's been going on lately? There's been topics about rev matching, pros, cons, etc. So we'll get into that. Number 2, something I'm really excited about, and we're in the early stages of it, but I want to announce it here and get some of your guys' idea. I'm going to ship a couple cars to the US next year and we're going to do a small road tour with them. The idea is going to be hitting some tracks and stuff, so that's one thing we're going to talk about. And the third one is kind of lame. A scammer was on the page. We spent several hours deleting comments and things like that. So we're going to talk about a scammer that has been on the channel trying to get your Bitcoin money. But before we jump into that, we've got the bonus. The bonus question or the bonus topic is something that came up in the last video quite a bit actually, and it's about these parts right here. It's about t-shirts and sweatshirts. Yes, we are going to make keychains out of these, and we are going to make shirts, and honestly we weren't that pressed to do it. We probably would have sold a lot more had we done it in the heat of the money shift video and story and everything like that, but that's not really what we're after. So I do promise that next week we'll go ahead, we'll talk about the shirts, we'll talk about these parts and everything like that. So that is something that we will definitely do. That we have a really cool design for the shirts. We have a lot of fun ideas for how to make these keychains. In fact, I already have one on my Chevy Silverado. I would say that's the prototype, so I'm really happy about that. Before we get into question number 1, today I'm drinking an old fashioned. A lot of you guys also said that you were happy to see some cocktails back. Old fashioned is quite simple. You take some bitters, you take brown sugar, you mix it together, and then you muddle it together, mix it together, and then you put basically a whiskey of your liking. I like a rye whiskey. I like Buffalo Trace or Rittenhouse are 2 that I really like in an old fashioned. And then you top it off with a lemon twist, basically a lemon zest. You peel it, twist it up, squeeze a little bit of the juices into the cocktail, and drop it in and enjoy it. So it's a drink that I really do like. It's it's going to help me kick off my Friday night and go into the weekend. So why don't we get right into it? Question number 1 is about rev matching. What are my opinions on cars today, manual transmission cars, where you can auto rev simply by pushing in the clutch and engaging the gear? And a lot of, I would say, hardcore enthusiasts say, oh, this is crap, you don't need it, you shouldn't have it. If you want to auto rev match, you should do it. And I honestly, I'm tired of that mentality. I'm tired of the mentality that DCTs are junk. I'm tired of the mentality that you only run a naturally aspirated car because that's what real men drove. And I think that it takes it one step further, saying that you have to have auto rev matching, because the reality is that when you drive a car and you're manually selecting the gears, it's fun, it's enjoyable, but not everybody can do it. Not everybody's able to drive a car without auto rev matching. And if technology today is getting us to a point that we're able to use auto rev matching to get more people enjoying driving a car and get more people understanding how a car works, then I'm all for it. Same idea with cell phones today, computers, the camera systems that we're using, video editing software, etc. All of these things are made to make our lives easier, and maybe even to let people engage in something that they couldn't otherwise. There's a lot of things that we have in cars today that we could say, oh man, you bought a car with manual windows, you should really get crank, because that's what real men did. That's the old school way to go. And I think there's many ways to skin a cat. And I think that if somebody buys a car like the GR Yaris, maybe the new Caymans that have it, different things that have it, and you don't want it, just don't turn it on. You can flip it on, you can flip it off. So I really do think that the auto rev matching has its place, and I fully welcome it, and I fully welcome any other technological advances that get cars in more people's hands. That's something I really am, I would say, behind, and I'm a proponent of. The next question is one that's actually really exciting for me. That's about shipping cars to America. Next winter, I really want to. We're planning it. We're trying to make a roadmap. I want to ship 2 cars to the U.S. and make a nice little tour. I really want to focus it around car events, racetracks, and doing things with you guys, with the car community. I've been away from the United States now for going on 12 years, and I really do miss some of the car scene and the car culture. And now we have some pretty cool cars that we can take around. The 2 cars that I'm thinking about shipping out are 2 cars that you can't necessarily get in the United States. You can get a GT2RS right now in the US, no doubt about it, but you can't get a GT2RS MR. There's certain cooperations between Porsche and Manthey Racing that don't allow MR parts to be sold in America right now. And so with that being said, I really want to take the GT2RS MR there and have some fun with it. And the other car is one that's been a big topic lately, is the GR Yaris. It's another car that you can't get in the United States. So I want to ship that there and take that around, take it to some tracks. And I might even work it out that I can let you guys drive it while it's there, because as you know, it's one of our rental cars. It's a car obviously that I hold quite dear and I enjoy, but it might be fun for me to figure out a way to ship it there and actually let you guys experience it, maybe on some US tracks with a little bit of instruction and some guidance nearby. So that's what my plan is next year. We're going to get it shipped in. Most of the time it goes from Bremerhaven to Baltimore. So we would plan to pick the 2 cars up in Baltimore and start the trip from there. I really want to get down to some of the tracks in Florida, maybe Sebring, maybe some stuff Road Atlanta. Coda is huge on my list. And of course, getting back to California, some of the tracks that I missed there. I'd like to get to Laguna Seca, maybe, different things like that. So if you guys have any ideas of where we should go, let me know. But I definitely want to make it a 2-car trip minimum, ship them from Germany there, and run them on US roads. I think it could be a lot of fun, meet up with you guys and have a little bit of enjoyment. So that's really a big one that we're planning. There's a lot of thought that has to go into it, and it's going to be very difficult for me to make that time, but it's something that I feel like we need to do, because that's really what having these cars is all about, and something that I'm really excited for. So look forward to your input on that one. Last but not least, there's been a scammer on the channel. This was actually really lame. Somebody created an account that's Robert_Mitchell. It looks exactly like mine. They even used the picture that we use for the profile pic here. And they've gone in and just bombarded the channel, commenting, basically trying to get you to contact somebody's Chase point of contact and buy some Bitcoin from them and things like that. So obviously, if you see that, don't do that. We're only you know, talking cars and having fun here. We're not trying to get you to buy Bitcoin. We're not trying to get you to contact any financial groups or anything like that. So please don't fall for that. And if you see it, just report it as spam. Get rid of the guy. I've blocked him from the channel. I've reported it, but the comments somehow are still popping up. I don't know if they're making new accounts like this. So if you see that, just kindly report it, block it. It's really lame that people do these kinds of things, but you know, the internet's used for all kinds of stuff. In this day and age, I guess it only takes one fool to make somebody rich, or to get somebody out of some trouble. So don't be that fool. Don't follow what these guys say. Most importantly, guys, thank you for everything you've been doing on the channel. Enjoy. Let me know if you try an old fashioned this weekend. Interested to see your thoughts on it. We'll catch you guys later. Have a great one.